City council members in Beverly Hills, California, have approved a vote of no confidence in the Los Angeles County District Attorney George Gascón, that man right there with his hand up. The vote comes after months of backlash against a number of his controversial initiatives, including ending capital punishment, even against suspected cop killers like the two gang members charged in the murder of 24-year-old Los Angeles Police Department officer Juan Diaz, who no longer faced the death penalty. Officer Diaz's sister, Anahi, joins us right now from California. Good morning to you, Anahi.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
So tell us what happened to your brother. It was in 2019, and he was
Correct.
off duty at the time.
Yes. So this took place July 27th of 2019, 2 blocks down the street from where we lived, where we grew up, where he grew up. He was at our neighborhood taco stand, very popular place here in the neighborhood, with his girlfriend and 2 brothers, which were his closest friends. As he witnessed a gang member tagging the sidewalk. You know, my brother, since he was a baby, he wanted to be a police officer. It was in his nature to protect, you know, in elementary school, all of his projects said, when I grow up, I want to be a police officer.
Sure. And
he did everything possible to make sure that, you know, he lived up to his dream that he desperately waited for. That night he witnessed the tagging and, you know, asked them to stop. It was his nature. They're tagging his neighborhood, and you know he wasn't going to stand by it. As that happened, they confronted my brother, showed him that they were armed. My brother decided to remove himself from the situation. Him and his friends and his girlfriend got into their vehicle, which was a truck. As they were backing out of the parking lot, the 2 men came and fired a gun to the backside of the car where my brother was sitting. And that was the end of it. You know, no one wants to be woken up at 4:30 in the morning by a police officer at their door saying that, you know, your loved one is no longer with us. We could hear the helicopter from where we were. My mom was inconsolable, screaming like they just took her life away, because they did. They took my brothers and they took our lives away.
As I understand, Anahi, those 2 men were charged with murder and special circumstances, and they're still awaiting the trial. COVID has slowed everything down. But this L.A. District Attorney, this controversial man, George Gascón, who we just heard from Beverly Hills, they voted to have a vote of no confidence in him because they don't like what he's doing. What he has done to your family is he has announced that he was ending the death penalty prosecution and doing away with special sentencing enhancements. In other words, these 2 men who allegedly killed your brother, they faced the death penalty. And, you know, in talking to you during the commercial break, I know that your family thought that that was an appropriate punishment. But now George Gascón has taken that away from your family and so many others in L.A. County.
Exactly. And in our case, even if it wasn't a death penalty case, that was still to be seen. He was off duty. But we were still looking at or hoping for at least a life sentence before Gascón came into office and implemented these new policies. Now, with these new policies implemented, with the removing of the gang enhancement, with the removing of the firearm enhancement, that's removing significantly a lot of time from their conviction. We can be looking at 20 to 25 years, and we're hoping that it is not with the possibility of parole. You know, it just, we feel like we're being victimized again by the city's prosecutor, who should be pro-criminal. I mean, sorry, pro-victim. And right now he is pro-criminal. He's choosing criminal sides over the victims, and we're being victimized over and over again. And, you know, this is just one case here in the city of LA. There's numerous cases right now. People are fighting for this.
Anahi, you're absolutely right, because on this program, we have had a number of victims' families say essentially the same thing, that this guy, what is he doing? He needs to listen to them, the families of the victims. Listen to these sound bites from some of these people, and I'm sure you will identify with each and every one of them.
Listen to me. Listen to these mothers, these families out there that we're all suffering through what he's doing to us.
I don't feel safe. I don't feel the justice. Going forward, this is going to have horrifying repercussions for our law enforcement officers.
Absolutely right. For people like your brother, and your brother is not here, but you are your brother's voice right now. What do you want people to know about what this DA in LA County is doing to families like yours?
He's victimizing families. He is potentially putting more harm to his people of LA. He should be protecting the people of LA with these new, with these new laws and policies that he's putting in. This is just giving a green light to criminals here in LA. Hey, we're not getting properly punished. We can run loose in the city, and nothing's gonna affect them right now. So what does that mean to, a 7-month-old just got shot in his parents' car in the face. People's lives, he's playing, I'm speaking for myself, he's playing with people's lives. He's not seeing the safety that is being thrown away in the city of LA. I mean, crime has gone through the roof right now, and it's scary. It's really scary to be living in the city of LA right now.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, we are so sorry for your loss. Thank you so much for telling us about your brother's life and his story, and our best to your family.
No, thank you for having me.
All right. By the way, we did reach out to the LA District Attorney's Office for comment, but of course, we have not yet heard back.